of the founders take short-term measures, shortcuts. Debt is one of them. What are the other short-term mistakes do founders make?
One more, so that all of us will remember. Most of us are not accountants. Of course, Anil would know. They doctor financial accounts. Why did Satyam fail? Satyam failed because of one reason. Corporate governance, he doctored. Ramalinga Raju doctored financial accounts. He had only 5 crores of cash, showed I have 500 crores. He had 500 crores of turnover, he showed 50,000 crore of turnover. You cannot keep lying that your business is performing better than what it is. It is like riding a tiger. Many entrepreneurs feel, it's okay, I'll alter my balance sheet, profit loss account this quarter, next quarter मैं ठीक कर दूंगा. It's like riding a tiger. You can ride on it very easily. How do you get it down? You come down and the tiger will eat you. So the second most important mistake or blunder which entrepreneurs do, they fudge their accounts, they doctor their accounts, they're not able to live up with it, and no one believes them thereafter. Banks will not touch, investors will not touch, then where will they go?
You know, in an era of startups, unicorn valuations are the headlines in magazines, on sites, in newspapers, and showing short-term good results or traction. You know, 3 years back, used to talk of GMV. There's we talk of some other metrics. What are the mistakes startups founders making today? What are the most common mistakes that startup founders are making today?
9 out of 10 startups fail. That's official news. 9 out of 10 startups fail. Why do they fail? Just think, it's common sense. Startups need 3 things. As I talk to you, there are 3 business mistakes which you shouldn't commit. If you ever want to have a startup, have 3 things. And if these 3 things are not there, blunder, mistakes. 1, startup is all about an idea. An idea which is implementable. The starting point is idea. Now, I have a great idea, but I can't implement it. You will like it, all of you will like it. Oh, what an idea you have. And you can implement it, you have a $1 trillion business. My idea is, I want a startup which can help me to meet God. I want to meet God. It's a great idea, but can I implement it? No. So an idea which is not implementable doesn't work. So very important is your idea implementable? Is it worth it? Most of these businesses, they come out with an idea. It is not making sense to consumers. In fact, we discussed in the morning, and therefore it fails. The second thing which a startup needs is money. Startup needs money. But many startups do get money, do have money to start with. But the mistake they do not assume that there is going to be loss for next 1 year. They don't have money for the cash burn for the first year. No business can ever start on day 1, even if you have the best of idea. Which means that there is a gestation period. You need money for the gestation period, not enough money. And the third mistake, or the third thing what a startup needs, and many companies don't have, is people. How do anything without people? And if you don't have people with the same fire in the belly as you have, nothing you will be able to do. You may be the smartest guy around, but you can't do everything yourself. You need people around you to make it happen. You can't be a marketing guy, a technical guy, an HR guy, a finance guy, not possible. So, an idea which is implementable, 2, money, 3, people. If one of it is not there, or 2 of them are not there, startups wouldn't work. And that's why 9 out of 10 fails.
Robin, we're in a phase where lots of mergers and acquisitions are happening. Traditionally also, a lot of companies grow through mergers and acquisitions. We're at a time when we are seeing more mergers and acquisitions than ever. But more than 70% of the mergers and acquisitions fail. What are the business mistakes the acquiring founders or the acquiring board of governors make in mergers and acquisitions beyond culture?
Annurag, what a wonderful question. I would like all of you to perhaps focus on this. As Annurag mentioned, that 70% of mergers, M&As fail. By the way, every year, $2 trillion average. If you look at last 20 years, $2 trillion of M&A takes place in the world. Today, the world's GDP is $100 trillion. 2% of that comes from M&A, and 70% of it fails. Most organizations want to grow through inorganic means. Why do they fail? Yes, every time you will hear that, the cultures did not match and we were different type of people. Bullshit. That's not the reason. Let me tell you a story, which happens in India, or for the matter, many countries of the world. Uh, in India, or for the matter, most of the jhagra takes place, Sas Bahu jhagra. You know, Sas Bahu jhagra. So, a boy gets married, the Bahu comes home, and just imagine that man who got married is loved by two women, the mother and the new Bahu. Both of them love the man. Now, the Bahu comes home, and Sas, the mother-in-law, thinking, Bahu has come, my daughter, acha, hamara bahut pyar karega. She will look after me very much. Okay? Now, the Bahu is thinking, I have now come to a new home. I have got a new mother. Now, mother will look after me. All this while, main to bahut kaam kiya. Abhi, now new mother will look after me. So the mother is thinking, Bahu will look after. Bahu is thinking, Sas will look after. Which means the expectation of love coming is from the other side. Reverse. If Bahu thinks that I have now got my new mother, I will love my new mother as I love my own mother. The mother, the Sas, will think, I have now got a daughter. I will love this daughter as if she is my own daughter. That means, instead of expecting to get love, the expectation should be reversed, give love. M&A is like a Bahu coming home. It's a merger and acquisition. Acquisition of a girl, acquisition of a family. M&As fail, and I'll give you an example from Pune. I'll give you an example, I'll give you a case study right away. Most M&As take place because they believe that I can get a lot of things. Reverse, M&As will never fail if the objective is to give to the new acquiring company. Who is the SaaS? The acquiring company, of course. Now, a mistake story and a success story. A success story is, in Tatas have acquired Himalayan water. If you go to Himalayan water, and wonderful, this Himalayan water was actually a good water from the Himalayas. Nobody used to buy. When Tata's took over, Tata Beverages took over this company, first thing Tata said, I will not take anything. I will not take the technology, what they do. I'm going to give this small little SME company the distribution network. See where it stands. Himalaya has now become, I think, the number 3 brand in the country in terms of drinking water. A failure story, a mistake story from your own city. Suzlon Energy, world's 3rd largest renewable company. Today it's almost nowhere. Why did it come to this stage? They acquired in 2006 a company, 2007 a company for $1.6 billion, a German company called RE Power. They went and acquired a German company called RE Power. What happened when they acquired the German company? What did Suzlon think? You know what? I'm an Indian company. I've acquired a German company. Now let me take that technology. Hey, hello. They were looking for how do I take? And what did Germans do? Indian companies bought me. They are asking for technology. I will not give the technology. If the giver does not give the technology, what the hell can you do? You can't do anything. Very little you can do. What Suzlon should have done, I am bringing RE Power into India. India doesn't have German wind turbines. It's a wind company, as you know, renewable energy wind turbine company. I must give them the distribution facility, the market in India. The moment Germans would have found that Indian company Suzlon is now giving me the Indian market, which was not there, Germans would have climbed all over us, given everything. But they found out that the Indian company is actually not giving me Indian market, but is trying to take my technology. What happened? Sas Bahu. Love, they were not giving. The love they were wanting to take. Failure. In case of Himalaya, they gave love and not take. Success. Sas Bahu works almost in 99% of M&A cases. Go deeper, you will not find it is not the softer aspect. It is love, give and take is what is mattering.
Beautiful, Robin. Now, Indian businesses, by and large, are family businesses. There's a huge number of family businesses in India. And again, family businesses some of them don't last very long. They don't last beyond the second generation. Very few beyond the third generation, and even fewer beyond the fourth generation. What are the mistakes that family businesses do, or the successive generations of family business owners do?
What a fabulous question. Um, More than 80% of businesses are family driven businesses. More than 80%. And which family does not want the family business to be carried forward to the next generation and next generation and next generation? The truth is, only 30% of businesses, family businesses, goes to the second generation. 70% fails. And only 1% of family businesses goes to the fifth generation. 99% family businesses die. Two reasons, I feel. We can argue till the cows go home. Of course, they do those first three mistakes, but let's not do that. Let's not look into it because that is generic in nature. The two biggest mistakes which family businesses do. The first business starts from the entrepreneur himself or herself. He or she thinks that this business cannot run without me. And I am the king, I am the queen, nobody can do anything. And therefore, he or she does not take care what will happen when I die, what will happen when I'm sick, what will happen when I'm unwell. Think the biggest business in India, Dhirubhai Ambani, Reliance. Mr. Ambani, Dhirubhai, never thought that he's going to die. And when he died, what happened to the empire? The two brothers fought for 3-4 years. The business subtracted value. Then the mother came into picture, made half $42 billion each. Result, $142 billion today is worth $92 billion, Mukesh Bhai. Another $42 billion is worth zero, Anil Bhai. Because the entrepreneur didn't even decide who will run this empire when I'm not there. They fought with each other thinking it will work. So the biggest problem is the entrepreneur himself. Please don't mind you are yourself one, but that's the truth. The second problem which happens in family businesses, why family businesses are not able to stand the test of the time, because as the family businesses go on, the family members keeps coming in, and most of the family members are worthless. Mr. Anand Manindra himself said in the public domain, and it's in my book, of course, I wish that 99% of family members were not worthless. So many a times the family business goes to the eldest child, but eldest child need not be the best. He or she may need not be the most suitable. It could be someone else. It could be a cousin. It could be the third son or a child or a daughter. So the way the family businesses are mostly run by so-called family members, the next generation, if I may say so, most of them are not trained. They feel I've got a silver spoon in my mouth. I have the right to do whatever I can. And they do not professionalize enough. So the two reasons why family businesses do die is because of the entrepreneur himself or herself who does not plan. And number two, the members of the families are useless or worthless or not good enough to carry on the legacy of a good business.
In fact, a very wise man said, never hire a person you cannot fire. So, it doesn't...
Wonderful way.
That's why family members are not necessarily the best people to hire. My last question. Right now, your debt theory seems to be useless, Robin. There is a certain gentleman in India that is sitting between 4 lakh crores to 4.5 lakh crores of debt. Until a couple of months back, his assets didn't match up. And it seems like it's just stock market valuations going up and the banks then giving a lot of money. What do you have to say about that?
Don't touch that business. Don't touch that business. Over-indebted businesses are very risky. Of course, you can touch it because some of us want to speculate.
Some of you may be wondering which business am I talking of. But
It starts with an A, ends with an I, and is not money.
you are absolutely right. Yeah. My last question, when we were in Gurgaon, you talked about crypto and you convinced them, we had a full room in Gurgaon, you convinced them that crypto is a very bad investment. For people in this room, Can you repeat why you believe crypto is a very big blunder?
Uh, well, crypto is not a currency. In case you feel it's crypto is a currency, it is not a currency. It sits on a technology called blockchain. It's a great technology. Please do learn that, and I definitely it's something which one must go into. But crypto is a subset of blockchain. Now, uh, you must have all heard Bitcoin. Bitcoin was worth even $3,000 a few years back. Then it went to $50,000, $60,000, $62,000. Today is what, $20,000. Why is it not a currency? Don't touch it, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you right away. First, what is a currency? A currency is something which you can use. If you're in a pocket, in a wallet, you can use it. Take a crypto and buy a coffee in the Starbucks. Who will give you a kick? So what is this bloody crypto? Give me 200 rupees, take your coffee. Why this crypto business? Crypto is not acceptable everywhere. A currency needs to be acceptable everywhere. Then only it is a currency. So crypto is not acceptable. It is something which is in your pocket, in your wallet. 99% of the world's population wouldn't even look at it. Number one. So it is not usable. Number two, the value of crypto. Crypto today is $10,000, tomorrow is $30,000, next day $20,000. It fluctuates. No currency can fluctuate. If you have 200 rupees in your pocket, you could buy a Starbucks plus minus 10 rupees coffee. Last year, you will be able to buy plus minus 10 rupees coffee worth next year. It is stable. Money needs to be stable. Some stability. I'm not talking about the Argentinian currency, which is depreciating by 70% per annum. That's different. By the way, Pakistani currency is depreciating at 32%, so that's another matter altogether. But at least it's depreciating. It's one-way traffic. But crypto is two-way traffic. You never know which way the traffic will be. It is not stable because it is speculative in nature. And most importantly, why crypto is not a currency and why we shouldn't touch. Everything has a value. Crypto has a value. A Bitcoin worth $60,000, that means uska value hai? A value is dependent upon demand and supply. If you want to go and buy a dozen of roses today, it may be costing 500. After 2 days, it may cost 800. Because there could be a marriage in the city, people are wanting to buy more roses, or it's maybe 14th of February, I think that's the Valentine's Day, I don't even know. If it is so, there'll be huge demand on roses. Roses may cost 4,000 rupees. More demand, rose plants are not going to give more roses, and the demand is more, supply is less, price goes up. Now, therefore, anything must have a demand and supply. Today, dollar is worth 82 because there is some demand, there is some supply. In Bitcoin, or for that matter, crypto, do you know what is the demand? All of us are here. Are you buying crypto? Have you ever seen a newspaper article? Itna demand hota hai? Have you ever seen a WhatsApp message? Aaj ka crypto ka itna demand hai? Have you seen any book which talks about demand? Itna demand hota hai crypto? Nobody talks about demand because no one knows what is the demand. No one knows what's the demand of crypto because crypto is demanded by the underworld. 90% of the transactions are underworld. For instance, let's say, theoretically speaking, you want to bring 1 gram or 1 kg of hashish into the country, somebody brings it for you, you want to pay, you can't pay. So you pay through crypto into Dubai and gone, money is gone. You got your hashish and the money is paid. It's underworld. But you don't know what the demand is, who these hashish dealers are. Drugs, armaments, terrorism are the primary demand of crypto. Okay? So nobody knows the demand. Now, if you don't demand, do you know the supply? Who supplies crypto? What's the supply today? There are 1,200 people or companies or organizations making crypto. Do you know the supply? Nobody knows. You don't know the supply. If you don't know what is supply, if you don't know the demand, how can you know the price? If there is no demand, there is no supply, there is no price, it is not acceptable all over the world, and the price fluctuates because of speculation, underworld dealing, is it a currency? No, it is not. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, crypto is worth zero. It is worth zero. Don't touch it.
You know, by the way, Peter Thiel's fund, which owned $8 billion of tokens, last week sold, liquidated all its positions. That Peter Thiel's fund. So clearly he supports, after the FTX bankruptcy, a lot of wise people have minimized or totally minimized it. Robin, if there were 3 things to improve governance in India, what would those be? And I want to prompt you on the first one, the insolvency law. a step in the right earnest, though I shouldn't be talking of haircuts, but 95% haircuts are happening in insolvency. And proxies are buying companies. So the objective hasn't been met fully. It's been met in some cases. So one, how do you improve that? And what are the two other recommendations to make the governance and overall environment better?
I'll answer the first question, first point which you said prompted that the companies are going to IBC, Insolvency Banking Code. The companies are getting sold off at 90% haircut. Means bank has given 10,000 crore, that company sold off for only 1,000 crore, the banks are losing 9,000 crore. That's what you're saying. Now, think of IBC has come in 2018. IBC is Insolvency Banking Code, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know. And it only says that if a company takes loan from a bank and if the company does not pay within 90 days its liabilities, interest or principal, the law says we will give you a 330 days more. You have to settle within 330 days with the bankers. If you cannot settle it, your company will be auctioned off. Your company hum le lenge. SR Steel became ArcelorMittal Steel. Bhushan Steel has become Tata Steel. Why? Because they couldn't pay the debt back and somebody else took it over. Which entrepreneur wants the business to be given away? So the first good thing which has happened because of IBC, although there is haircut or there are haircuts, the entrepreneurs now know the next time when I borrow, I better borrow with care. Because if I don't repay on time, my company has an option of being auctioned off. That is the biggest hindrance of an entrepreneur's thinking. I better borrow carefully because borrowed money is your and my money. It is not government money. Government cannot print money for lending. It's your and my money. So that's one, which is perhaps very important. Debt I spoke to you about. I gave you an example. I gave you a story. Don't take too much of debt. Number two, the mistake which companies must avoid is they believe that thoda mota chota mota chori karega na chal jayega. Balance sheet. I was talking about doctoring balance sheet and profit and loss account. So don't lie. Doesn't work. Reality catches up very soon. It is better to suffer in the short term rather than thinking long term, I will take care. And the third, most importantly, more important than number one and number two, don't take the customers for granted. Customers know what they want. No short-termism, no quality, shortcuts on quality. If you're promised something, do it. There are hundreds and thousands. I am in the PVC business. We work for PVC. It's a polyvinyl chloride. And our company's products are sold at a higher price and 10 to 20% premium because the competition will say, itna grammage hai, itna thickness hai, or itna width hai. But actually when they will measure, and some of them do measure, they find it's not true. What is written in the specification sheet, what they find is not correct. That will not happen to our company because if specification says 100, the customer is going to get 101 and not 100. So therefore, over-deliver, do not under-deliver, and many companies do that. Ki thoda sa idhar udhar kar lete, customers will not figure out. Now, customer always figures out what is correct. Don't take too much of debt. Don't tell the truth, and don't take customers for granted. I think these are three things Indian businesses should
Give
do.
Robin a big round of applause. Any questions you have for Robin? Robin always gives a direct answer. Yes. Robin was your boss at Salzron. You're not asking for a...
Most of the time we ask questions. So, Robin, as usual, thank you very much for so much of information within so much of short period of time. You talk about customer expectation, empathy mapping, giving and taking the love, right? Try to give more rather than taking. Then don't take too much of loan. Even you talk about governance. In the last, you talk about little bit on quality part. Robin, what about continuously producing the same quality product on an affordable price? And what is the role of SOP when you will connect it with the governance? Thank you.
Good, Mukesh. I want to tell you that we all talk about corporate governance. What is corporate governance? Corporate governance is not Companies Act 2012. We know Companies Act 2012, lawyers understand corporate governance, board of directors understand corporate governance. No. Corporate governance is all about producing goods and services of consistent quality at appropriate price. If any company can do that, the company is delivering good corporate governance. In the morning today, which toothpaste have you used? Think. You have used the toothpaste today, you used it yesterday, you used it 1 year back, you used it 5 years back, chances that you used it 10 years back. Unquestionably use the same toothpaste. Same toothpaste. Why? Because that toothpaste could be Colgate or Close-Up, perhaps, whatever, between the two, either Unilever or Procter & Gamble is taking, Colgate is taking it, Procter & Gamble haven't been able to do much on it. Because they are producing the toothpaste of consistent quality at appropriate price. वो toothpaste 250 रुपया 5 साल पहले भी था, आज भी है. In spite of all the taxes, duties would have changed. If a company produces goods and services at appropriate price, at consistent quality at appropriate price, the company must be doing well. Now, the government cannot make it happen. Government cannot make you and me deliver consistent quality at appropriate price. So what they do, they say, आपका board में independent director होना चाहिए, 2/3 independent director होना चाहिए, audit committee होना चाहिए, board meeting होना चाहिए, balance sheet profit and loss account file करना चाहिए. So through those routes, they are enforcing good behavior. There is one more thing which the government is doing through the Companies Act. Not only we should look at the customer, which is consistent quality at appropriate price, we also have to look after our stakeholders. Primarily, they are our employees, our suppliers, and the stakeholders, which are shareholders. This is all corporate governance is all about. There is no more, no less. You treat your employees fairly, you pay your vendors on time, and you produce consistent quality goods and services. You would have delivered corporate governance, and your business will go to 5th generation and more. That's what will happen. Okay. If there are no more questions, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.